Okay, these are my two ROC Hobby Jeeps. The one on the left I got when they first came out. I got it on pre-order actually, and it came with this controller right here. The one on the right I picked up last fall in November, and it came with this style controller right here. This one opens up so that all the stuff's inside there. Now, what we're here to talk about is suspension. If you were watching my SAS build, the stowage had it like this. Now this Jeep has more weight on it than this one does, but it still wants to sit all the way down on the stops. You can see got hardly no suspension back there. Whereas this one got a fairly decent suspension on there. It's independent. Doesn't have as much travel as the stock one did, but that's a crawler suspension. If you're going to drive it like a crawler and you need all that travel, keep the stock stuff in there. But if you're just going to drive it like a Jeep and you want a more stable suspension, I did that by installing these from Traxxas. Got them at my local hobby shop. They're about $7. Came with two springs. They're shorter than the originals. They have less coils, but they're also much stiffer. I'll try and see if we can get you guys a look at the two different springs. My finger out of the way there. Okay, let's see what we got here. It's kind of hard to see, but those are the stock springs. You can see they're white, they're really compressed, there's very many coils. These are the Traxxas springs. I'm sorry, these are dark, they're very compressed. The Traxxas springs are white, and you can see that there's not as many coils. Those are pretty much fully compressed. Now, preload on both of these is set all the way down. So it was a very, very easy swap of the springs. I just took the top bolt out of the assembly where it hits the frame. I ran the preload disc all the way to the top, unscrewed the top from the shock. You have to be careful, there's oil in there. Unscrew the preload disc. That's why I brought it all the way to the top, so I only have a couple turns left to get it off. The stock spring pops right off. The replacement spring goes right on. Put your preload disc back on, screw your cap back on, screw the mount at the top back to the frame, and you're done. It takes just a couple minutes for each side. I'm going to stop at the hobby shop after work tomorrow and get another pair of springs. So when I do the green Jeep on the left, maybe I'll do video of that. It's just couldn't believe how easy it was, but it definitely did the job. And I now have a decent suspension back there. It still doesn't lift up quite as much like it used to, but it does come back up to where it's supposed to ride. And that was the important thing to me. So I'm quite happy with them. I'm going to put them in the rear of the other one. Might do the fronts because, like I said, the preload's all the way down. So if they're a little too strong in the front, I can just raise the preload a little bit and that'll bring back my ride height. So that's the deal on the ROC Hobby Jeeps. I used the Traxxas 7448 spring shock white GTR long .892 rate blue, one pair. They were about $7. Hope that helps somebody. We'll see you next time.